Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started.
All right, friends, for this DIY, we are going to start here with this board. This was part of I know you hear me say all the time that I get it at the hardware store in the scrap wood area, but it really is the truth. This one particular day, I got really lucky and I found all these really large boards, and I still have them and I still use them. So I get them for 25 cents at the particular hardware store. So this is one of them. I sanded it down lightly, and then I'm going to take these little 1x3s that I cut into 4 inches long, and I am going to wood glue them and brad nail them to the bottom. We're going to create little legs because we are building here a very simple serving tray. A serving tray that can be used indoors or outdoors. So once I have the legs on there, I am going to place some of these jumbo felt pads that I get at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to place one under each leg, and that way it's going to be safe to put on any surface. Now I'm going to start painting the actual tray, and I'm going to paint it with regular household latex paint. That way it could be a little bit more durable instead of using chalk paint that the weather can, if something spills on it or it gets ice or whatever. So once that was dry, I'm now going to use some washi tape that I get at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to create some stripes. I'm going to use some different widths of washi tape to create 2 different size of maybe 3. I don't know, but you see what I'm doing. Stripes, different widths. And once I have it where I want it, I'm going to dry brush some milk paint from Rust-Oleum. And this is in their Serenity Blue, which is beautiful. And I'm going to dry brush it until I have a little bit of a distressed look stripes. Then I'm going to remove the washi tape, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it horizontally on the tray. So now that we have the stripes nicely done, which I actually love the way it look, it has like a very distressed look to it. I'm going to place these handles. These are awesome. They're so high quality. I got them at Hobby Lobby, and would you believe they each are about $3, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it wasn't much more than that. But the quality and the beauty of them, I think, is so worth it, guys. So I'm going to place one on each side here and screw in a screw. That way, they're nicely secure. And then I'm going to seal everything, including the handles, top and bottom of the tray with a varathane polyurethane. That way, it's a lot more sealed and durable, and it's going to just outstand anything that spills on it, any weather. Look how stunning this tray looks. Seriously, it cost me, the handles were the most expensive thing. Under $10. Beautiful, super large, super beautiful tray. Love it. Friends, I'm so excited to let you know that today's video is in collaboration with Adrienne from Full Time DIY Mommy on YouTube. If you do not know who she is, you need to head on to her channel after you watch this video because she's so talented. She has really fresh, cool ideas, and you're just going to love her style overall. So I am going to have her channel linked down below. Check it out, show her some love, and tell her that I sent you. For this next DIY, I am going to take this wooden box that actually my mother-in-law found at the thrift store. She brought it to me and she wanted me to do something with it. She wanted it to be white and have some transfer flowers put on them. So that's what we're going to do for her here. So I'm just going to give everything 3 coats, actually. I gave this thing a regular household latex white paint, and it's going to be both inside and outside of the box. And then once it was completely dry, it's time to start placing some of these transfer flowers. I get this from Prima Marketing, and they have some beautiful transfers that you can use on furniture, on DIYs, home decor, and it's so easy. You basically just press it on and lift the little paper or the little plastic after it's been attached, and that's it. You can place them. You can actually start transferring them one on top of each other if you want them to kind of overlap. It's really easy to work with and really fun. So it comes in a roll, and there's a ton of flowers on them. And they have all kinds of designs, not just flowers. So I'm going to have their website down below in the description box. And if you want to check them out, you certainly can. So I'm just going to do all around the box. I'm just going to start placing the flowers as I see fit, and I like to keep them simple on each side, so not to overwhelm each side with flowers, because then I feel like it's just too much. And yeah, but anyways, once I have the flowers where I want it, I'm going to seal everything once again with the polyurethane. This is so that we can seal in the flowers, okay? So I didn't plan on sealing the paint. I just, and it's going to be an indoor box. I just wanted the flowers to be sealed in, so I just did everything except the inside of the box. The inside of the box I just kept as is. Look how beautiful this box turned out. I wish I could show you all 4 sides, but here, for purposes of showing you the pictures, I just left it here in the, what I thought would be the front, because I love the colors. But look how beautiful these flowers look. I just love it. Friends, if you are visiting for the first time, or if you're coming from the full-time DIY Mommy's channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Leonette, and my channel is dedicated to all things DIY, home decor, and furniture flips. I also have an Instagram page where I post daily, multiple times a day, and I can connect with you there on a more personal level. So if you have an Instagram account, please make sure that you go on there and you search for my page and follow me. Now, speaking of Instagram, we are also having a weekly DIY craft tour. Myself, Heidi, Christy, and Annalie, all from YouTube, but also on Instagram. So we have this weekly tour where we post a regular post once a week on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Anything that we have DIY'd, any craft that we have made. And it's a huge community that we are building, and you can get tons of inspiration. So if you would like to be part of this tour, all you have to do is let me know in the comments, and I'll direct you to the correct person where they can add you. And it's really easy and a lot of fun, and just a fun way to connect with other crafters on Instagram. So let me know. All right, so for this next DIY, I am going to take this really old box that I recently got at a yard sale for $3. Yes, you heard me right. $3. And yes, it's old. And yes, it was stinky. And yes, it was dirty. However, it was such a good quality. It has so much character, so much natural patina. You could tell this thing has been around for a long time. I cleaned it up as best as I could. I flipped it over, and now I'm going to add these wheel casters that I have had forever and ever. Truly, I got them on Amazon so long ago. I'm going to try to see if I have them in my Amazon store. But if I don't, I'll try to add them. But you can get these really inexpensive. So I'm just going to add 4 of them, 1 in each corner, just screwing them in. I got really lucky that the box actually had really thick trim at the bottom. So that's it on that box. I'm not going to do anything to the box because I wanted to keep it in its original state. I want it to be very rugged. So now I'm going to take one more of those boards that you heard me talk about earlier from the scrap wood area at the hardware store. This one I did have to cut to size. However, it was already the same width, and believe it or not, it was exactly the same width as the box. I gave it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the country gray tone. Once that was dry, I placed it on top of the box, and now I'm just going to screw in some of these hinges that I already had on hand from other furniture that I flipped and I kept. And basically it's just screwing them in from the back, making sure that it opens on the right direction. I'm going to take this wooden knob that, again, I kept from a piece of furniture that I flipped a while ago. It was already the tone that it is, and I'm just going to place it right in the front. That way it can be used to open and close the top of the box. Once I have it on there with a screw, I am going to seal in the top of the box, because this is going to be not just a storage box, but it could also serve as a little side table or as a coffee table. And if you place something that is wet or has ice or something spills, then you are able to wipe it off if it's sealed. Does that make sense? So then I decided to add a little something to the front of the box, because even though the box itself is really rustic and has a lot of character, I just felt like I needed something. So I used my Cricut and I cut out a very rustic kind of, oh my gosh, American flag. There you go. And I just stenciled it with Rust-Oleum chalk pen in the charcoal tone. And look how cool this box is. It's very manly, almost very rugged, rustic, and I just love the way it turned out. I love this box. I just can't tell you how much I love the box. It's just the natural state that it was in. Yes, it was dirty and stinky and we had to clean it up, but overall, I just love it. Very cool. All right, friends, don't forget that this month's giveaway is an electric stapler with slash brad nail gun. Would be awesome to have in your crafting stash. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is watch and comment. And any comments made in June of 2021 will be entered for the giveaway. For this next DIY, we are going to take this round seat portion of a stool. I recently updated a stool and made it into a side table. So I removed the top of it and I decided to keep it, of course. You never throw away stuff like this, because I knew I wanted to make something with it. So here we are. I am going to drill 3 holes because we're going to make a little saucer plant hanging holder thingy-majiggy. And once I had the 3 holes as evenly as possible spread out, I gave it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint, both in the linen white, both the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to take some of this nautical rope from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to thread it through the holes and I'm going to knot it. And I'm going to have obviously the 3 strands. And then I'm going to make sure that it's as evenly as possible, all 3 strands, so that it's not tilted. And then once I have it where I want it, then I am going to tie the 3 strands of rope on the top with a little jute twine. And that's it, guys. Such an easy DIY, but what a cute way to use that stool top, that stool seat. And really it could have been used for anything. I could have made a little decor riser. I could have made a wall decor. I could have made a clock with this thing. You could make a lot of things with it. But I just decided to make one of these little saucer kind of hanging plant holders. And I think it turned out really cute. And I really love the brightness of it. Alright, for this next DIY, we are going to take the leftover piece of that board that I used on the table trunk, that box. This is a piece that I actually took off of it to make it the size of the box. And I thought, hey, it's like a perfect square. I'm going to make a little wall decor here. So I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, just the top front part of it. And once it was dry, I decided to take some of these painter sticks and cut them into 4 equal sizes, and then hot glue them together into a square. And once I have them hot glued into a square, then I'm going to give it 1 coat of Waverly chalk paint in the ink. Now that the paint is dry, I'm going to take one of these craft papers that I get on, it's like a book of crafting paper at Michael's. And I'm just going to cut a piece that is just a bit smaller than the square that we just made with the painter sticks. And once I had it cut, I'm just going to hot glue it onto the square. And then we are going to take that square and we're going to tilt it kind of like in a diamond shape. And then we're going to attach it. I'm going to attach it with some brad nails. If you don't have a brad nailer, you can always just hot glue it or use a regular small hammer and nails and just hammer it in all four corners. And then I decided it was missing a little something. So I'm going to take a makeup wedge sponge and I'm going to distress a little bit of the edges by just applying some of that same black paint from Waverly. And that's it, guys. I did add a couple saw hooks to the back of it, but I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, beautiful, and such a cute little, actually it's not that little, but such a cute way to just use this scrap piece of wood. But again, this could have been a seat. It could have been a little side table. There's so many things you can do with scrap pieces of wood, especially when they're this thick and durable. Friends, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got inspired. I hope it gives you some ideas on how to take things that are maybe trashed or laying around and make them into beautiful decor. If you're visiting for the first time or if you're coming by from Adrienne's channel, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, as always, thank you so much for coming back. Friends, don't forget to check out the DIY Mommy, the full-time DIY Mommy's channel down below. And I'm also going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.